Alright, this is a really boring, ugly piece, but we can make it look something interesting, hopefully. It's just a well-defined picture that looks good as a mirror image, even though it's a piece of shit. I'm actually going to look at it at the enlargement when I put it on the glass, get an idea. This one comes out of a paper, so it's going to need a fair amount of bleed removal. And we're just going to, or background removal, what do you want to call it? It's a boring piece, to say the least. And it looks ugly. It's ugly and boring. But then the two often go together anyway. Ugliness often does go with boringness. See how we go with that. Okay, what is our original? Our boring, ugly original? It is picture of a swimming pool. I think it's meant to be removed, a swimming pool that's being removed, which is really sad because I love swimming pools. And you can see it's ugly. It's got the Bobcat equipment there and all that sort of shit. I'd much prefer to see a swimming pool being constructed, and at least knowing it's going to keep people cool in summer. Anyway, it's A5, just over A5 in length, and B6 in height, so it's significantly smaller than A5. So that's the B6 and the A5. So I'm wondering how big we're going to make this. We're going to make it into something interesting. We're not going to make it exactly to size. Actually, we're just going to go here, and on the vertical we're going to add a little bit extra. I think the vertical is going to be 170. I think 170 might do the job, if I remember correctly. So let's see. We don't have to make a master copy off this because it's big. It's way big than, yeah, which is good. So it's going to be, it's boring. Granted, it is boring. A swimming pool being removed is boring. It's an ugly looking image, but I'm sure a mirror image could make this look really interesting. I'm actually thinking it might need a bit more background removal. It looks a bit ugly. It looks a bit dirty. So we're just going to go here. I'm going to add a little bit more bleed removal. And maybe we're going here and we're going to lighten it a bit further. And maybe the contrast, we're going to leave it. So let's see how we go with this. I think we got the sizing correct, pretty much. It's a bit distorted. It's like different ratios, but it's just meant to be something creative. So we're just having some creative license with this image. It still looks a bit dirty looking, but I think we can use that. I'm wondering where the centre of our job is going to be. Maybe there. But yeah, it is a boring image. It's ugly. You know, pool being removed, a construction site, if you will. So construction sites do look ugly. Whether it be, even if it's in the process of building something, like a very nice looking, what's going to be a very nice looking piece of architecture is always ugly. Not always, it's usually ugly, even when it's in the construction, not the demolition of something. So this is obviously a demolition picture, and it looks ugly, but even constructions look ugly, as we all know. It's not until the construction is nearly finished that we realise just how nice the newly constructed dwelling is, and even then it takes a long time sometimes to landscape the yard and make it look a lot nice, because often when it's new it still looks ugly. Still has stuff dumped from the construction. But this is ugly. I don't know how this is going to look, if we can make this look good. I just thought that it might be an interesting mirror image, however ugly this is. But yeah, destruction of a pool. So yeah, I like seeing swimming pools well looked after. I think most people would, to be quite honest. They are a high maintenance luxury. Yeah, they're very difficult to look after. So if you haven't got the money to look after a pool, or you haven't got the time for one, I guess this is obviously what you have to do if you like the house but not the pool. But anyway, I think that looks nice and architectural. I think that looks really nice, or should I say geometric. That looks good. I think now we can call this demo quits.